Independent agency that looks into citizen complaints against Albuquerque police officers to make sure cops are not crossing the line.
And they receive a lot of complaints, but as News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart reveals on special assignment, oftentimes those complaints are bogus, and the truth is right in front of their eyes.
When police are called,
911 emergency.
Officers are often responding to a stressful
We just got slammed into.
or dangerous scene.
I think that sometimes when people encounter the police, it's a sort of a panic situation.
We've seen things escalate.
Get with your hand!
And when people or police go too far, it's often captured on APD body cameras.
The videos are key.
Ed Harness is the executive director for the city's Civilian Police Oversight Agency, or CPOE, an independent agency that reviews citizen complaints against officers, presents findings to the Police Oversight Board, and makes disciplinary recommendations to the chief. The CPOE receives hundreds of complaints a year, a number that went up in 2018.
I think that the trust level is going up in the community, that we're going to do a good job and we're going to be fair and impartial.
We wanted to know how often complaints against officers are substantiated, but it turns out more often than not, the complaints are false.
Certainly their perception of what happened is much different than what we're looking at on the videos.
Hands behind your back.
Like this case from October 2017.
Why you gonna be so rough, dude? Like I'm breaking the law or something.
APD arrested this man, Eddie Aguilera, for breaking into a fire station while firefighters were out on a call. Aguilera asked to go to the hospital first, and that's where he started cursing at staff.
Watch your mouth, dude. There's kids in here. Well, get them out of here, dude, because it's about to get live.
Aguilera tried to bait the officer in the hospital waiting room.
Me up. Come on. Nah, that. Do it right here in front of all these people, dude. Come on. Go ahead. Frank, for 11, can you start me down the unit? Come on, Eddie. You're stepping on my feet. There you go, to the floor.
Witnesses say he then charged the officer before he was taken to the ground, but Aguilera later filed a complaint saying the officer attacked him.
We do get a fair number of complaints from people that are probably in some sort of a mental health crisis, and so sometimes those complaints are difficult to work through.
Investigating a complaint used to take much longer until last year when the CPOE was granted immediate access to police videos. Now, if a complaint is unfounded, the investigator can usually tell right away and close the case without launching a full 120-day investigation.
If we can't minimally substantiate what's in the complaint, then we're going to administratively close that.
For the first part of 2018, nearly 80% of complaints were administratively closed. That's up from 26% the year before, when video wasn't readily available to show who was right or wrong.
She did to us. She hit us so hard.
In this case from April, an officer found passengers yelling and flipping each other off after a 3-car pileup.
I have a kid here. You don't need to be like that.
I don't care, lady. You should need to pay attention. If you got a kid, that's
What did I tell you? Go over there now. I'm sick of hearing you.
The man the officer shouted at later filed a complaint claiming the officer had a, quote, chip on his shoulder and lacks training. He wrote that he's a retired cop and claims the officer became more agitated after he shared that fact. But the lapel video tells a different story.
By the way, I'm retired for the
Video shows the officer calmly listening to him explain the crash and the passenger later apologizing for his actions.
And you know I know better than that.
You don't have a gun.
No.
There's not a gun in the car.
No.
You're not a gun.
All right, you're right. No, I agree with you. You're 100% right. But I hope you understand that's not how I usually act.
In its findings letter, the CPOE told the complainant the officer didn't appear antagonized or angry at you, and the issue was closed due to no violations of APD's standard operating procedures. If there is a violation found, the CPOE can recommend discipline, anywhere from a verbal reprimand to suspension. From there, it's up to the police chief. If someone disagrees with their case being closed, they can provide more information and the case can be reopened. Still, the fact that this oversight agency is hearing more from the public, Harness says, is a good thing.
It's a matter of us bridging the gap between the community and APD, and we're one of those mechanisms to help build that trust.
On special assignment, Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
And we've posted more information online about the CPOE, how complaints are filed, and how to read the complaints and rulings. Just head to alwaysonkRQE.com.